Hello, everybody. Welcome, Jorn Gijzen, tuning in live from the Netherlands. I forgot to push the button to get myself into the stream. Happens with live, right? That's the beauty of it. Thank you if you're watching here with me live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're tuning in from. So, today I wanted to talk about E plus R equals O and how that can impact your life. Then you might say, Jorn, well, great, E plus R is O. But what is E, what is R, what is O? I'm going to tell you. This was a great advice that I got from a friend, and he said this to me too: E plus R equals O. And I also didn't know what he meant. And then he said, event plus response is outcome. So you have an event, you have a specific response, and then you have an outcome. So, for example, if something happens to you, if you're in a position where something happens that you think, I'm not very comfortable with this, I'm not liking this situation, and your response is also not very positive, then the outcome will also be not very positive. If you, on the other hand, have that same event, which is not the best possible situation, right? Then you have a response to it which is more positive and an open approach, one with more open mind and one of thinking in solutions. Then your outcome is very different. I'm going to give you an example. Last year, I had a conversation with my employer, and my employer basically told me, Jorn, we're going to fire you. Just, like if you know me for a while, maybe you know the story. If you're a new friend, I want to share it with you. So my employer basically said, Johan, we're going to fire you. I was in a job, in a marketing job for 8 years almost. And they say, we're going to fire you. So at that time, we had an event. This event wasn't very pleasant at that time because we're in a recession. It's a worldwide, as they call it, crisis. Everybody struggling, also companies. So I could have two responses. One response could be, oh man, what are you doing? I cannot understand you're doing this. I am not consenting with this. I am, giving everything I got to stay in this position. I am going to make a life hard. You cannot just kick me out. I have been so loyal, so committed, and I've done so much great work for you the last few years. You cannot just fire me. I'm going to talk to my lawyer. I'm going to court. That was the response I could have given. I also could have said, I'm going to call sick because I cannot handle the situation. But on the other hand, I was thinking to myself, if I go into this road, I will put myself in a more difficult position because it takes time, it takes energy, it is a negative outcome, and also it's going to be a long process for myself, but also for the people in there. And the other thing that could work out if I would be in that position, if I still was working there, against their, desire to fire me, and I was just there and sitting to be at my job and to stay there without consenting or saying, okay, I'm fine with that, and we handle the situation, then I would just be in that position and it would make my life hard because with everything I would do, they would put salt on it. They would take, I say it, uh, um, I don't know the English word actually, a loop. I don't think it's a good word, but they would put everything under a microscope and enlarge and to see if they can, pick you on something if you made a mistake. So I know that if I was going to respond this way, so the hard way, the less positive way, that I was getting myself in even more trouble. So I didn't want to do that. So my response was, okay, manager, I understand your decision. Um, Obviously, I'm not happy with your decision, with this outcome. I don't know what, where you base it on, because I think I'm a good employer. I showed good employmentship. We've been in together for 8 years. I never had something, you know, uh, doing wrong, or I had bad assessments or something like that. But I said, okay, I know that you have your mind set up into this direction. I'm not able to change it. So what I can do is accept the situation and deal with it. So now my response was another one, a response of open minded, of acceptance, and one of how can I find a solution. So I would have two options, like I said, the limited option and the limitless option. So I would get stuck in a position where I didn't want to be, where everybody was, frustrated and they want to push me out, and I don't want to go out, so to make everybody's life hard, including my own. Or the limitless one, where I would say, okay, I don't agree, I don't like it, but I can accept it and I can agree on it, and we can work an agreement out, and then we can separate ways and have, cleared everything out. And my employer can be happy, they can do their thing, I can be happy too, I can focus on my own thing, and providing value to you guys. So event plus response determines your outcome. It's a great one to remember. um, Also, yeah, what I wanted to say was, I talked about this last week. It also has to do with how you look at things and what your outcome can be, because this guy, I thought about him, he's amazing. I'm interviewing this guy next week, March 30th. It's going to be 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Central European Time Zone. That's my time zone. Look at this. You're about to hear the amazing story of a car crash survivor and the things he did to become limitless. He's a very big inspiration. I think we met over 1.5 years ago. He's also the co-founder of My Limitless Traffic, and an amazing inspiration for myself, but also for many other people. Donovan Hunterman will be my guest next week in the live interview. It's not going to be on this page. It's going to be in my group. So in the Change Your Mindset group, if you want to see the interview, if you want to be there live, make sure that you're in my group. Either leave me a message, right, in Messenger, or leave a comment here, ask for the group link. I will send you the group link. So mark your calendars, March 30th, 9 a.m. EST, 2 p.m. CET, interviewing Donovan Hunterman. That would be great. So, before I leave this live, one other thing. Today is Webby Wednesday, as most people know. If you want to learn about marketing strategies, how to apply them, what strategies work, what doesn't work, the CEO of the company and the strategy we're using, the system, is doing a live webinar today. It's Wednesday. It will be at 7 p.m. EST, that you can see here. It's 7 p.m. EST, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it's going to be a live webinar, about 30 minutes, with interviews and, yeah, people who basically share their knowledge, even newbies, people who never made money online, follow this system and have huge success, also with more engagement and getting online results. So you can register here. Successonline in 2021.com. So that's the webinar, which is be hosting tonight, 7 p.m. EST. So remember, guys, E plus R equals O. Event and your response determines the outcome. Very great thing to consider and keep in mind. Now, if you are watching the replay, hashtag a replay below so I can engage with you. And I'm happy to see where everybody is coming from. Like I said, I'm from the Netherlands, from Europe. Um, Unfortunately, yesterday we heard there was another um, extension of the lockdown. We are currently in lockdown, so many places are closed. And we have to extend until April 20th. So that's 3 or 4 more weeks. Um, Not happy to hear that. Um, that's just the way it is. And I hope everybody is staying healthy and safe. And for now, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this helped you a little bit. You got a bit of value from this. E plus R equals O. And see you on the next one. If you have any questions, if you need any help, branding, marketing, mindset, always feel free to reach out. And for now, have an amazing day and see you on the next one.